Radhe Radhe.
You can go closer, they can't get through.
So believe it or not, we are here in Seva Kunja.
Oh, wow, it's beautiful with the sun. सब मेरे पैसा अभी नहीं कल हो जाएगा अभी नहीं
They want to let us feed the monkeys. Okay. So this is the beginning of coming into Seva Kunja. Oh, Kishori. It's monkey bhavan in there. So many monkeys. The thing is, monkeys generally steal your phones for fruities. It's a kind of nectar drink.
Since lockdown, the monkeys have had a couple new generations, so they've actually forgotten about fruity, and they've forgotten about bartering with your glasses for fruit or anything. So
all that noise is the monkeys, just so everybody knows. You see? This is happening right now. There's a protective roof. All right, now we're gonna try to put it on this thing.
Push it down first, and then to the side, closer to you. No, just pull it toward you.
Oh.
Has to be centered. There we go. Let's see.
Is it good?
No, it's too far to the left. Sorry. No. Hold it down here.
Sorry, devotees. We're getting the hang of it. You're turning.
I know. Let go. There we go. Sorry, that was my hand. Now I'm going to turn it on. 1 second.
Rotate your device. Okay.
That's pretty good?
Yeah, that's better.
It doesn't look perfectly...
It's fine. So now, here we are at Seva Kunja in Vrindavan. So now we're going to take you on Parikrama in Seva Kunja.
I don't need to wear the mask, it's just me and Sudevi here.
Okay, just watch for monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
So here is beautiful. They have it all caged in. Before, we used to come here with Srila Gurudev, and there wasn't this whole protective barrier, and we would sit inside there. If you can see inside, we used to sit in there with Srila Gurudev, and he would tell us Hari Katha. So, but this is what it's come to now because of all of the monkeys. Pilgrims can't actually walk. See? You can see it's turned into like small little shrubs now.
Because they put the fences up, the trees where the fences are actually able to grow much bigger. The monkeys were eating all the tops of the trees, and so these ones have become shrunken over time, not because of the monkeys, but because of separation from Radha and Krishna. Just so you know where that sunset is, over there. Underneath the sunset, that's the Chitra's house.
And not far is Rup Sanatana Gaudiya Math. So anyway, we're taking you on a parikrama, and then we'll try to tell you a little Hari Katha, if it's possible. It's a little difficult.
Please forgive us for starting so early.
Yeah, we started early because they were feeding all the monkeys, and we wanted to share that with you. Hey, little guy, look at that one. Look,
go closer.
We have a little friend. Guess we don't. Anyway, look how beautiful.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda. Go closer so it doesn't see the fence. Govinda Govinda Vrindavan
Jai Radhe Radhe
Seva Kunja Mere
Radhe Radhe
Seva Kunja Mere
Radhe Radhe
Seva Kunja Mere
Radhe Radhe
Govinda Govinda
Jai Radhe Radhe
Govinda Govinda
Radhe Radhe. If anybody can, if you let us know if the connection is okay, because we can't really tell.
It's the first time we're using this SIM card connection. But Sevakunj is pretty open, so we're hoping it's okay.
Watch behind us.
Yeah, it's fine.
The thing is, the reason I'm always worried for monkeys, my mother told me I should tell everyone, is because they're actually little thieves. And they steal,
Sometimes big thieves.
they'll steal your phones, they'll steal your mala, they'll steal everything.
Your hat, your wallet, even sometimes your baby.
All in return for any kind of yummy sweet that they can eat. So
Actually, they learned to only accept one thing in Vrindavan up until before lockdown, and that was a special kind of mango syrup drink known as fruity. And that's the only currency they would bargain with. They didn't used to be like that. They used to accept biscuits, apples, or anything else, but now they become addicted to that sugar in there.
Jiva Pavana Prabhu says it's good.
Good. So, but since lockdown, I mean, suddenly everyone just stopped going out and they kind of forgot. So they have to relearn all of their nonsense antics from scratch. But they will figure it out soon enough. Here, cover your face.
Sounds like a sick person.
I think we should go around one time and
then go in?
And then come back. Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
We can go through here. We'll meet with them and then we'll come back around again.
Okay.
Lift it up a little bit.
I'm trying. Sorry, I'm just getting used to working this. There's a little manjari sweeping the kunjas of Seva Kunj.
Oh!
They're very happy
Did they see that?
They're very happy to see all of you.
Look at him, look at him.
Hey, we have friends that want to say Haribol. Hey,
Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Hey, look, Radhe. Okay,
He's not
he's
gonna look.
no interest. No interest in us whatsoever.
Wow, it's growing really nicely here.
Look at it, it's growing tall.
Even without... Oh, it has light at the end of the tunnel. No, they're hoping to make it a big forest again. Like it used to be back in the day.
So this is the inside of Seva Kunja. We're just thinking that we're gonna meet our bodyguards here, our monkey guards, Anupin Sudevi.
Radhe, Radhe.
So, but I don't see them.
I told them we're here. Let's see. Hare. It's 3 minutes until 5.
It's 3 minutes till 5. We're that
so
early.
We might have to start new again. At 5 o'clock.
Well,
Make a
maybe
new one.
tell some Harikatha. As I was telling before, when we used to come here with Srila Gurudev, we used to sit in these beautiful groves here. We would even climb into, we would climb underneath the shrubs. We would climb underneath, and Gurudev would sit there and speak beautiful Harikatha about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna here. So it's pretty amazing. And it's so nice they're trying to regrow it, because it used to be that the monkeys just kind of made it so nothing was growing. So they've covered everything so that the pilgrims can do some parikrama. There are monkeys free roaming here, some. So we have to be really careful. Kishori Mohan Prabhu. We're waiting for...
And they're very quick. They're very good at...
Give me that and maybe
I think
speak a little.
you want to start again at 5 or not?
What do you mean?
I guess no, because we're still going to do the...
I know, it is shocking to see everything caged up, but you have to know how much better it is. You know, when devotees would come here to glorify this most holy place, it was, you know, under attack of monkeys. So it was very hard for anyone to walk or anyone to do any kind of prayer. So in one sense, it's much better now that it's caged up. So we are going to take you on another parikrama and try to find a place to sit down and speak a little bit before we go to Imnitala. And we also have a special surprise for everyone. I won't tell you what it is, otherwise it won't be a surprise. Can you just tell them to meet us on the parikrama that will be?
Yeah, I had to restart it because it just wasn't.
Is it 5?
Just about.
Okay.
So, the mandir is also open in Seva Kunja. We're very fortunate for that. And devotees are able to come here. Radhe Radhe. You want to keep that? It's starting really slowly. It's not doing what I want it to do.
So should we start a parikrama?
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock now. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
All
Pranam.
Vaishnavas.
Radhe Radhe.
Welcome to Śrī Seva Kunja, Śrī Vrindavan Dham.
Jeho, watch the monkeys here. Hold
It's a
this
dog.
now.
It's a dog.
We have a little friend here. Maybe they'll guard us. So we're going to take you on another parikrama because many didn't get to see it. We started a little early because they were feeding the monkeys and it just looked fantastic. So,
Yeah.
are you ready?
It looks like it's working now.
Kishori, are you ready?
Just about. It's just not working at all. Okay.
What isn't working?
My phone.
Oh,
It's okay. But I was just because they sent me a message. So, under the guidance and grace of Srila
Careful.
Gurudev and Vaishnavas, we have come to this place, Śrī Seva Kunja, Śrī Vrindavan Dham. So, first praying to Srila Gurudev and the Vaishnavas, then we will begin our little parikrama with great care and attention, not only to avoid our own potential aparads, but also to be careful from the effect of the monkeys who are ever
Hare Krishna.
ever watching and ready to jump on us and create any mischief. This
Okay.
is their nature.
So, should we begin?
So we will begin by doing a little circumambulation. This Dandavat Pranam.
Dandava Pradam.
So Hare Krishna.
Kishori ji.
Come with me. Just hold it close. Yeah.
Is he coming?
Radhe Radhe. Come to the side. Left or right.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so
Kunja means grove. And it's no ordinary grove when it's in Vrindavan. No, everything in Vrindavan is conscious and in love with Krishna. It's hard to understand, it's hard to realize, but every stone, every branch, every tree, every insect, every bird, every monkey, everything is conscious, Chidanandam, and full of bliss in love and affection for Krishna. So this is the place known as Seva Kunja. This grove is a very dear place
hey,
of
say Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
and the gopis.
Hare Krishna.
Pastime place.
Yeah, Haribo.
Pastime place of Krishna and the gopis. Seva means service. But what is service really? Service is the externalized expression of the love that one has in their heart. If you feel love for someone, naturally you want to express it somehow. I don't want to speak so loud because she's chanting. Naturally you want to express it somehow, and that comes out in the form of service. So that makes it devotional service. The speciality of Vrindavan is that the love of the devotees in Vrindavan is so great toward Krishna, especially the love of the gopis. We started off in Vangshibat the other day, the first day of Kartik. That is the place where Krishna told the gopis, Napariye ham niravadya sangyujam. I have no capacity to repay you for your love. Your love is so great. It is the greatest thing in all creation. So let your love be its own repayment. For Krishna to say something like that I'm indebted to you, I could not repay you in a lifetime of Brahma or more. So what happens in Vrindavan? Because they have offered, especially the Braja Gopis, this place is mainly, Vrindavan is mainly the place of the Braja Gopis and Krishna's meeting. It was very, very secret. And it was also far from the home of Radhika and far from the home of Krishna. So it was a very secret place, Kunja or grove. that's why in this place, next to Jamuna, Krishna is known as Kunja Bihari. Kunja Bihari means that person, when you say Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, it's go out. Is playing in the groves, in the kunjas, on the banks of Jamuna, performing so many beautiful pastimes. Jamuna Puline Kadamba Kanane, Kihirinu Satyaj, Shama Vangshi Dhari Mani Manchapari, Kore Lila Rasaraj. So many beautiful, beautiful pastimes of Krishna and the gopis take place in Vrindavan. And this place specifically, actually it's walled in right now. Seva Kunja is really all of Vrindavan, technically, because it is the place where Krishna is always endeavoring hopelessly to repay the gopis for their unlimited love and affection.
The place where he comes to beg for seva.
So, beautiful.
So we're going to just also let you experience a little bit.
So, in Vrindavan, because they have surrendered everything to Krishna, completely. And Krishna says even in Gita that I reciprocate according to one's submittance to me. Because they have given their everything, then he must, Radhe Radhe Radhe, he must also give his everything. We can go out there halfway and then we'll just come back through.
We can't go in because they don't allow filming inside.
We can go around the back, but we can listen. So he must also give his everything. If they have surrendered their very life, their soul, their everything in service to Krishna.
Move back. There you go. Okay, vas.
If they have surrendered their everything, their very life, their soul, their mind, bodies, and words at the lotus feet of Krishna, then how will he reciprocate to them? He will also submit himself. He also has to surrender himself to the best of his ability. But because... Sorry. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Because they are ekanishta, meaning one-pointed by their nature. And he is bahunishta, multi-pointed by his nature. Then it is impossible for him to completely repay them. So he says, I cannot repay you for your love and affection. And so in Vrindavan is the place of seva, especially in this place, it is known as Seva Kunja. It is the place where Krishna is endeavoring to serve and reciprocate Radhe 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 with the loving affection of the Braja Gopis, always trying to serve them. So after Rasa Lila, when they're performing so many beautiful pastimes, when they become tired, when their legs become tired, then Krishna personally dug a well here in this Seva Kunja with his flute, known as Lalita Kunda. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Sham. Known as Lalita Kunda. And Lalita Kunda, Krishna dug it deep enough so that water could be there. So that they could be cool. So Krishna is making all sorts of arrangements how to serve the Braja Gopis in this place. That is why it is known as Seva Kunja.
Okay. I don't know if we can go in farther. They said no cameras.
But
so,
maybe behind the temple you can go behind.
But I don't want to turn it off.
No, don't go in front of the main. Just walk behind it.
I don't want to get yelled at.
Oh.
Alright, we're going to try this, guys. We'll probably get yelled at, but you're worth it.
Listen to the beautiful kirtan. They're using a pakawaj. Piche, na?
Radharani.
Piche. So we can go straight, we just can't go into the mandir this way.
Yes.
Where they're doing the seva and singing. It's actually very beautiful in there if you look. But I wish I could show it. You can't really see.
Yeah.
You know, it's in this mandir here that one day the Pujari had a dream. Oh, do you want to tell it? It was actually Tarun Krishna's mother.
I don't remember the details. You tell it.
Oh, Tarun Krishna, he left his body about a month ago.
He was an amazing singer of Drupad.
But his mother used to have the service of making kheer for Radhika and Krishna every evening. So that night, the Pujari from here had a dream that Srimati Radhika said, you should bring this kheer to Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Mat, to Nārāyaṇa Mahārāja. And so from this place, Gurudev was so happy. He got the blessings of Srimati Radhika directly. The Pujari came so ecstatic. This dream came and she wanted me to give you this kheer. It means sweet rice, if anybody doesn't know what kheer is. So.
And we've heard of these kinds of transcendental experiences with some of our acharyas in the past. How Krishna personally stole the kheer. Gopinath, Kirachora Gopinath personally stole kheer and hid it under his skirt, and then came to the Pujari in a dream and told him to give it to Madhavendra Puri. How Srimati Radhika personally came and prepared kheer for Rupa and Sanatan at Terkadamba. How we've seen it many times, this kind of sorry, we're a little jumpy because of monkeys. It's a real thing. There are monkeys here. So.
And if you just came.
Put it like right there. So you can,
I can't.
Oh, really?
That's the best I can do.
Okay.
If you just came, just so you know, I was telling the devotees that when we would come here with Srila Gurudev, we would actually go in these groves here, and we would sit down and hear his sweet Harikatha about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna here. Gurudev also said, and all the Brajabasis know, that everybody leaves here in the evening time. Not even the monkeys stay here. Everyone leaves, and there have been instances where people think, oh, I'm going to stay, and I'm going to be here, and I'm going to enjoy being in Seva Kunj all night. And Gurudev said either they die, they leave their bodies, or they come out completely mad.
Yeah, so don't stay here overnight.
It's not our place of enjoyment, it is the place of Krishna's enjoyment. So we have to always remember this mood. That Vrindavan is Krishna's place. It's actually Srimati Radhika's place.
Okay, so these pink walls that we're coming up to.
Well, first.
It says Śrī Lalita Kunda Tirtha.
Oops.
So that's the lotus footprints. Oops.
I'm getting it, guys. Okay.
It's the footprints, installed footprints of Lalita and Krishna. The sitting place for them.
Like a little sitting place?
Yes. And then in this beautiful, hot pink walled-in area, this is Lalita Kunda. Krishna himself dug it with his flute. Because Lalita and all the other gopis were very tired from dancing. So Krishna dug this to cool them, and then he was massaging their legs and massaging their feet. This is a haven for the monkeys. Because the humans aren't attacking or threatening them here. Here, they feed them chickpeas. Those dried chana chickpeas. So, wait, you want to tell, do we want to go back near there and tell about
I think maybe we should go to Imli Tala for that.
Imli Tala?
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're gonna we're just figuring out what to do. We didn't plan this. We just thought maybe we'll be able to bring you.
And it was open.
And it was open. As you know, everything, hold on, sorry. Everything's been shut down for so long. And they're still keeping many of the mandirs closed. I just wanted to go to Imli Tala before it gets dark.
It won't be dark when you tell Madam. But I just thought maybe in a brighter area. Even it's where that happened over there, right? Radhe Radhe.
Little critters. I'm trying. Can you stay close to me? All right.
You want to go in there? That's a nice peaceful place, no?
Maybe I'll just stand.
Okay.
Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranam. Radhe Radhe.
Dandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Vitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So, one thing I wanted to tell about coming here to this place, Seva Kunja, is the very beautiful Leela told to us directly by Srila Bhakti Kamo Govinda Mahārāja. He was telling us how Vrindavan is a place of seva and how everyone comes here hoping to do some seva to Braja Dham, but especially, he said, this is the center of the universe. He said, England may have a queen, but she has no power. He said, but our queen, the queen of Vrindavan, Vrindavaneshwari, is Srimati Radhika Thakurani. So he was expressing that everybody comes here and they're calling Radhe, Radhe, because she is the queen of Vrindavan. But not only jivas are coming here, like us Badha jivas, but actually Krishna himself is coming to this place, Seva Kunja, begging for entrance into Seva. We know so many times people come here and they think, oh, the air isn't nice, it's too noisy, the food isn't good. We have so many complaints.
It's okay.
We have so many complaints. But actually, Gurudev said this is the place of Krishna's enjoyment, not ours. And it's a place where we come to beg for seva. Oh Lalite, oh Vishake, oh Guru Saki, oh my Guru Dev, oh Rupa Sanatan Bhatu Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopala Bhata Das Raghunath, please take my name in your register. I also want to serve. So Srila Bhakti Kama Govinda Maharaj said that Krishna one day came to this place, Seva Kunja. It wasn't just one little area, but all of this is Seva Kunja. Like all of Vrindavan is Seva Kunja. So anyway, he said Krishna came here one day thinking, I also want some Seva. Maharaj explained, if I'm over here, it'll be brighter, huh?
Just there in that section.
Maharaj explained that all the gopis were here. All manjaris were here, and everybody was having an assembly. Srimati Radhika Thakurani was sitting like the queen of Braj, and Lalita Saki is the prime minister. So Krishna came and he saw everyone seated, all these beautiful gopis and manjaris. And he saw Śrī Radha Thakurani, and his only thought was, Dehi Padapalavam Udaram, please give me your lotus feet. So he came and he begged, I also want some seva here. Everyone has seva in all of Braj, but only I don't have any seva. Lalita Saki said, no vacancy. Maharaj said she put out a sign that said no vacancy. No vacancy. There is no seva here. It's all taken. And then Krishna said, but even I can broom. I can take a broom and I can sweep the kunjas. And Lalita Saki said, oh, do you think this is such a little thing? Sweeping the kunj? This is the highest seva. Do you not know the glories of our Swamini? That you think that sweeping her kunj is the lesser thing? Even now you have no qualification because you don't understand. So, at that time, Krishna said, but any seva, I will take anything. Lalita Devi thought, she said, okay, there is one seva that is left, one thing, but it's something you might not like. Krishna said, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, I take that seva. Lalita Saki said, okay, what do you have to do? He said, Srila Bhakti Koma Govinda Maharaj said, it's actually the lowest seva. That you go, careful for the monkey, that you go around with a drum and you make an announcement. Now they have speakers, you have Facebook, you have all these ways of making your communications. He said, but they used to call out very loudly with a sign and a drum. So people could hear it, and even if they didn't hear what he was saying, they could read the sign. Do you want to show it real quick?
Okay, watch this.
Watch the madness.
That's okay, they're not interested in the camera. They're hungry. Whoa.
He's right behind you.
It's okay. Not interested in it. There you go. Feeding time.
Enough.
Okay, TK. That's okay. Coming back. It's just a little noisy here. We wouldn't have been able to listen anyway.
Okay. So anyway, so she said, so this is your service. You have to go through every gully, through every kunja, to every forest of Braj. And you need to beat this drum loudly and proclaim very loud with the sign, Śrīmati Radhika is the queen of Vrindavan. She is the queen of my heart. Krishna said, okay, I can do it. So they gave him a drum and a sign, and Krishna went everywhere, calling out that Śrī Vrindavaneshwari, the Ishwari, the supreme goddess of Vrindavan, is Śrīmati Radha Thakurani. So, so then, at the end of the day, about this time, Krishna did a hard job all day going everywhere carrying this message. So he comes back, and all are sitting in an assembly again. And Śrīmati Radhika is sitting, Lalita Sakhi is there, and Krishna thought, oh, Lalita Sakhi is always so harsh with me. What can I do? What can I do? So what he did was he took his flute, and very, very sneaky, he took it and he put it right under the skirt of Lalita Sakhi. He said that when he first came in, they said, there's no place for you to sit. You have to sit right in the dust, on the ground. Krishna thought, yes, my prayer is answered. I'm getting the dust of her sevak and also of Śrīmati Radhika. I said it aloud.
Want to go in there more? Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, just back up slowly as I'm.
So anyway, so Krishna's there and he's hid his flute. And they said, so did you do your job? Did you go and do your seva? Krishna said, I did it all day. But something very bad happened. Bhakti Koma Govinda Maharaj, don't go too far, please.
No.
I feel I have to scream. Bhakti Koma Govinda Maharaj, he said that all Sakhis and Manjaris, what happened? What happened? What was the bad thing that went on? And he said, oh, something very bad, something very precious was stolen from me. They said, what? He said, oh, my Vangshi. They started laughing. Bamboo? Your bamboo? Your piece of wood? Anyway, just go and pick any piece of bamboo and then you'll be happy again. He said, no, you don't understand. This Vangshi is so powerful. Not only does it attract all of the three worlds, it attracts even my gopis, it attracts all of you. I have to find this flute. And he said, but what I'm coming to tell you is that I think one of you have stolen this flute. And they all started laughing. No, we don't want your piece of bamboo. Why would we steal it? Krishna said, no, I believe that one of you have stolen it. So Śrīmati Lalita Sakhi said, how can we prove to you? He said, oh, all should stand up. This monkey is just eyeing this camera.
Come back over here.
But you won't be able to see it.
It's okay. Just better.
So, he's coming this way now. So, anyway, so he said, I want everyone to stand up and shake out their skirts. So Lalita Sakhi was laughing. She said, okay, everybody do. So everybody shook out their skirts, and everyone saw there was no bamboo. But Krishna was only having his eyes on one particular gopi, Lalita Sakhi. She said, hey, why are you staring at me? And she said, Krishna said, you're the only one who hasn't stood up. And Lalita Sakhi said, hey, I'm Prime Minister. I wouldn't steal your flute. I'm the Prime Minister of this place. Why would I steal your flute? Krishna said, no, you have to also stand up. Śrīmati Lalita Sakhi said, never, I won't do it. And then Śrīmati Radhika said, oh Sakhi, if you do it, I will also do it. So then both of them stood up and shook out their skirts. But at that time, everyone saw that from under Lalita Sakhi's skirt, Krishna's flute fell. At that time, everyone... Not a good time. Everyone was laughing. And everyone was joking, oh look, our Prime Minister Lalita Sakhi, she is a thief, she stole Krishna's flute. At that time, Srila Bhakti Koma Govinda Maharaj said, when everyone was laughing and playing, Srimati Radhika was also laughing. Then Dehi Padapalavam Udaram. At that time, Krishna took the dust from the feet of Srimati Radhika. Our Gurudev said, willingly Srimati Radhika won't place her feet on Krishna's head. How can she do such a thing? It
Never.
would be against her nature. But by some trick, Krishna is always searching for a way to serve, looking for a way to get her lotus feet. So this place, Seva Kunj, even Krishna is begging for entrance so that he can serve Srimati Radhika and all of the gopis, as we saw how he dug out Lalita Kund when they were thirsty from the Rasa Leela. So now to go from here to Imnitala.
Imnitala.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe.
Seva Kunj, Imnitala.
Huh.
Braj Mandal, Imnitala.
Huh.
All
Show him.
temple, this Seva Kunj.
Yes.
Imnitala,
Yes.
Raj Mandal, Shyam Sundar, Damodar, all temple, this Seva Kunj.
Seva Kunj, yes.
All
I told
Vrindavan
this,
Seva
yes.
Kunj.
All
Yes.
temple Seva
Ah.
Kunj.
Yes.
So Seva Kunj, heart of the Vrindavan.
Yes.
Very, very special place. Two sides, two Gopi, Radharani Darshan, Lalita Visakha. State photo center, Radha and Krishna. So you see Radha is very tired.
And
So Krishna
Krishna's
helping on
massaging.
muscle.
Yes.
Lord Shri Seva.
Yes.
Yes.
This is temple name, Seva Kunj.
Yes.
550 years old, Harbans Mahaprabhu ji, this Prakat, your
Yes.
Seva Kunj.
And Mahaprabhu went to Imlitala,
Imlitala.
doing Radha Bhajan.
Radha
So we're
Bhajan.
going.
Oh.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe,
Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe.
Okay. Kishori, watch.
You're gonna carry this? Okay. 2 hands. I've got the stick.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
So here we go.
Radhe Sham.
Radhe,
Sham,
Radhe, Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Oh, he's sick.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Radhe, Radhe.
Hold him close.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to try to get to Imlitala.
Past the dangerous
Radhe,
monkey.
Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Up here.
Another time. Radhe, Radhe. Okay, so now.
This is generally undone and
Careful.
unheard of. Monkeys on the outside like to steal cameras. And so this is a very dangerous place to be carrying a camera through
Yes.
the streets.
And
we don't
look, we have a little hidden friend here.
Ooh. In India, in
Oops.
Vrindavan, the way you say cow is guy.
Guy.
So this is a beautiful guy. He's
Beautiful
actually a
guy.
girl. And this area is also dangerous. It's like a
Monkey Bhavan.
monkey quarter here. Have to be careful. She's waiting for us so we can guide her through the monkeys. Because we have a stick.
It's dangerous. And they also, I don't know.
It's okay. Chalo, chalo.
Radhe, 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 Radhe.
Hamesha Radhe, 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 Radhe. Chalo, chalo. Hold on to me. Radhe, 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 Radhe.
Look at the gopis up.
Oh, look.
Huh.
Don't look that way.
So here, now we're coming to Imlitala. Oh, you can see the, I can't.
Up goes up.
I'm trying.
No, the up button here.
It doesn't.
The other way, sorry. Go the other way. Oh,
It was as high as it can
but
go.
hold it down like this. Make it center. There you go. Oh, you can't even see the top of the
Okay.
temple.
Anyway, so this is Imlitala. And Kishori is going to tell the beautiful pastime that happened here. Very special, special place. The disciples of Srila Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Thakur also took, they have a temple here and they take care of this place so beautifully. Here, what's happening?
Double click.
Oh,
And back up a little.
so here, this is the birth of Mahaprabhu.
There's all these beautiful reliefs everywhere on the walls here at Imlitala, because this was one of the Baitaks, the seating places of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So many different beautiful pastimes of
You know the-
Mahaprabhu has been depicted here.
You know the story of the Brahmin who went to Jagannath Mishra's house and was cooking on the Ekadashi. So this is that.
You're gonna have to stand back somehow further from here.
I can't get any farther back.
Well, like this, maybe. Hold it back.
It keeps.
Here, hold the stick. Okay.
This is when Nimai was sitting all of the dirty pots, and Sachimata was trying to instruct him, and he's like, I'm not educated, I need to go to school. So they come quickly because it's getting dark, Kishori, just show.
Looks like conversation between Mahaprabhu and Digvijay Pandit. This is giving mercy to Śrīdhār. Śrīdhār was very, very poor, but Mahaprabhu, well, Nimai used to, I'd say, create kind of transcendental difficulties for him to increase his transcendental love. Oh, this is the marriage of Nimai Pandit and Vishnupriya.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Receiving Diksha from Keshav Bharati.
No. Diksha from Ishwar Puripad.
Oh, which one?
Sannyas from Keshav Bharati.
Sorry.
This is Ishwar Puripad, the disciple of Madhavendra Puri, giving Diksha to Nimai.
I got the tilak. Okay. Jagai Madai.
Deliverance of Jagai Madai. See, Mahaprabhu is calling for his chakra. Nityananda Prabhu had been hit in the head. These two became very pure devotees afterward.
Chankazi.
On Kazi's deliverance.
Next is Sannyas Leela.
Sannyas Leela of Mahaprabhu. And Keshav Bharati looks just like Ishwar Puripad, so that's why it's easy to confuse.
And if you look, all of the tears, everybody's weeping.
Everyone was so upset. This was very sad Leela for everyone when Mahaprabhu shaved his hair and took sannyas, leaving everyone broken-hearted, especially Shachimata and Vishnupriya.
Sadbuj.
This is the pastime of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, realizing and seeing the true form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he was revealing it to him that I am non-different from Krishna and Mahaprabhu. So 2 arms are the arms of Mahaprabhu, holding Kamandalu and Danda. 2 arms are the arms of Krishna, holding flute. 2 arms are the arms of Śrī Ramachandra, holding bow and arrows, showing that I am that personality. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became a pure devotee. Previously, he had Mayavad conception. Mahaprabhu is showing his mood of Bhaktavatsalyata, rescuing his disciple, Kalakrishna Das. Mahaprabhu is going through Jharikanda forest. When he was chanting, even the monkeys, the deer, the lions and tigers and snakes and birds and everyone, elephants, everyone was chanting the holy names of the Lord by his presence. So he awakened the souls and all of them. This is Mahaprabhu in Benares, converting Prakashananda Saraswati and 100,000 of his Mayavad disciples to Vaishnavism.
Then we come.
This is different. We can go.
You don't want to go
the
to
other way.
Srimati Radhika now?
The pastime.
Oh.
First, we're going to go around. So we can show them the tree.
So this is the Imlitala.
Tree. It's a tamarind tree, ancient tamarind tree. But this one, I don't even know if this is the one that was replanted by Gurudev. This is the next one after that.
We'll show you where Mahaprabhu came and would sit.
Oh look, Thakurji is open.
I don't know if we're allowed to do this.
No photos, no photos.
No photos. So here.
Bring them to the tree. We can touch.
Okay, so this is the original tree. A piece of the original tree.
Just bring the camera close to it.
That you
Everyone
can-
touch your head. Closer, closer, closer. There you go.
And then here.
Whoa. Beautiful detail.
He's so beautiful. So, Kishori, be careful for monkeys. Please don't leave me.
Yeah. Usually they don't come inside here.
Yeah, they come over there.
Well, we'll go sit over there in the corner.
This is the story. Isn't it of Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Thakur? Isn't there that one?
Sinhapit Imlitala ka
I don't remember this.
Parivesh.
I don't know what this is. I'm sorry, we don't know what it is. Maybe somebody there does.
He's plugging his nose for some reason.
We don't.
This was also, these are more recent pastimes, but someone was trying to cut down the tree and actually blood was
It
coming
bled.
from the tree.
The Imlitala.
And I can't read what it says, so I don't know. But his
But
hands-
this is really important here as well. This is where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would come when he came to
You have to use this. Yes.
Okay. When he came to Vrindavan, he would take his rest every night at Akrura Ghat. And then every morning he would come here to Imlitala. And while he was here, the Jamuna was running right past here. So this is a baitak. This is a place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sit and chant daily. This is also the place where Kishori is going to try to tell something of Radha. Radha Vinod Bihari Tattva Ashtakam, because it has everything to do with this place. Yeah, this is showing that he was sitting here. And then here's Srimati Radhika. They found her after Ras Leela. I'm going a little bit behind, but I'm just going to show you real quick. And then Kishori is going to explain the Leelas. Maybe it's too quick. See, I'm going backwards. It started with the Ras Leela. And then there. Huh?
Come back this way again, then you'll have proper...
Mm-hmm. Okay. So...
Can you stand it on the tripod and then just tilt it up? You have to open the tripod.
Okay, I'm going to try to do something.
And then use the button to...
Okay.
Is it bright enough?
Yeah, it's bright enough.
Okay. And
Kind of see under your nose, but you're okay.
oh, sorry about that. Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tan Bhaktaya Namo Namah Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Gurudev Ki Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Pāna Guru Varga Ki Jai Pati Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai Prem Purushottam Shachinandana Gaura Hari Ki Jai Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai Harinama Sankirtana Ki Jai Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai Gaura Bhaktivedānta Ki Jai Gaura Premanande. So we've come to this most auspicious place in Sri Braj Mandal known as Imlitala. Imlitala means the tamarind tree.
Can you hear him okay?
Yeah, they can. So we've already heard a little bit about this tamarind tree, that Mahaprabhu would come here. When he came to Vrindavan, he would come here every day and stay in this place and meditate on the pastimes of Krishna with the desire to increase his Radha Bhav, the mood of loving affection that Srimati Radhika has for Krishna. Our Param Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswāmī Mahārāja established this point. That's why he came to Vrindavan. But he couldn't stay in Vrindavan too long, because otherwise the mood of Krishna would have manifested out from him, because internally he is Krishna. Radha Bhava.
You need to be a little louder.
Okay. Better? We didn't bring the other things. That's fine. Radha Bhava Dyuti Sivalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupam. He's Krishna himself underneath, but completely covered in and saturated with the bhav, the moods, the sentiments of the love and affection that Radhika has for Krishna. So he's Krishna desiring to taste her moods of love and affection. So many, many years before, we know that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada established Gandharbika Giridhari. And in all of his temples you see there's a white or golden Radhika and black Krishna. And generally you hear that Krishna is blackish complexion. Shamam evam. What is it? This is the eternal form of Krishna, is that he is Shyam, darkish complexion. However, this darkish complexion represents Krishna's mood of being the Vishai, or the enjoyer. But the speciality of Vrindavan is such that Krishna takes the mood of the ashray, of the servitor, serving the gopis, and especially serving Srimati Radhika, as Sudevi told at Sevakunja, where Krishna is begging for any service, saying at her lotus feet, Radhe Radhe Hare Krishna,
Radhe Radhe.
saying that Smaragaralakandanam Mamashirashimandanam Dehi Parapalavamudaram. He's offering everything at her lotus feet and begging for just a particle of dust from her lotus feet upon his head. So Krishna takes this subservient mood. So this is all very closely connected with the mood of this place where we're at, Sri Imlitala. Dandavad Pranam, Hare Krishna. So when Krishna was at the Rasalila, that was where we were the first night of Kartik at Vangshivat, where the Rasalila started. At that point, Srimati Radhika noticed that Krishna was giving equal preference to everyone, and she became a little bit upset. Why? Because she realized that Krishna wasn't experiencing as much transcendental pleasure, as much transcendental joy as he could. And so she always wants to increase that. So in order to increase that, she immediately left that place. All of the other gopis were also feeling themselves most fortunate, thinking, oh, Krishna's dancing with me alone. Because Krishna was moving so fast. As you remember from going beyond Vaikuntha, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur described like a firebrand. If you have a fire on an end of a rope and you spin it around, it looks like a single circle, whereas actually it's in one point, but it's moving so fast. So Krishna was moving so expertly and swiftly between all of the gopis that it appeared that there was one Krishna between each gopi, or two gopis surrounding one Krishna. So he appeared to be in millions of forms. Srimati Radhika had left that place, and Krishna went searching for her. So without Radhika, he felt completely bereft, that the source of all of my enjoyment has left, and she is the source of all of those other gopis. So desperately searching for her, he could not find her, and he came to this place in deep separation. There's so many different explanations of these pastimes, but we don't have much time. So coming here in deep separation from Srimati Radhika, he sat here directly under this Imli tree. Please show the tree.
It doesn't let me move it.
You have to turn it with the... never mind.
It won't let me. I'm sorry.
You have to double click the thingy first.
This... He came and sat here.
So I want to come back to what our Param Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Gosvāmī Mahārāja said. Because some devotees were questioning him. Our Guru Mahārāja Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he always had black Krishna and white Radhika, but you have white Krishna and white Radhika. And some were even suggesting maybe because you don't have enough money to afford black marble, so you're getting white marble. So hearing this, our Param Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Gosvāmī Mahārāja went deep in his heart, and in his transcendental darshan, he manifested a very beautiful ashtakam called Vinod Bihari Tattva Ashtakam. What is the truth about Vinod Bihari? And so this is showing the proof or the nature of the speciality of his mood as a Rupanuga Vaishnava. That no Rupanuga really likes to see that Krishna is in that position. They want to see that Krishna is always subservient to and searching after Radhika. Not that Radhika is crying and running after Krishna, but that Krishna rather is crying after and running after and begging for the mercy of Srimati Radhika. That is why all of our Gaudiya Vaishnavas are so obsessed with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because that is what Krishna is doing, begging after, searching after her mercy, wanting to taste her moods of love and affection for Krishna. So our Param Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Gosvāmī Mahārāja, he composed this beautiful Vinod Bihari Tattva Ashtakam. Radha Chintani Veshena Yasya Kantir Vilopita Shri Krishna Charanam Bande Radha Lingita Vigraham. Radha Chintani Veshena. What does this mean? It means that Krishna came here to this place, Imlikala. This is at the time of Krishna, not at the time of Mahaprabhu, 5,000 years before. And he sat here underneath this tree in deep separation from Srimati Radhika, feeling that deep separation, just like in this world, when someone is so absorbed in something, then in their next life, already in this life, their subtle body begins to change, and in their next life, they take on that mood. Like Bharat Mahārāja became a deer in his next life. Well, Krishna doesn't need to change his body, he can just change his form, because he's not bound by our limitations. So in deep absorption, Radha Chinta Niveshena, thinking about Srimati Radhika, deeply absorbed in her, in a mood of desperate separation, Yasya Kantir Vilopita, he began to manifest something amazing, her complexion. Shri Krishna Charanam Mande. That line says that I'm offering pranam to this Shri Krishna. Which one? Radha Alingita Vigraham. Actually, it's Radha Alingita Vigraham. It means two things. Radha Lingita, who is marked by Srimati Radhika, and Radha Alingita, who is embraced by Srimati Radhika. So either way, being marked by Srimati Radhika or being embraced by Srimati Radhika, Krishna, while deeply absorbed in her, manifested the complexion of Srimati Radhika, meaning that instead of being in the mood of the enjoyer, as Vishai, that dark complexion, he has now attained this mood of Ashray, this beautiful golden, brilliant, like, what is it? Molten golden complexion. You see behind me, right here, Krishna here is not blue, he is golden, just like Srimati Radhika. So this is the prelude to the pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Krishna is absorbed in this bhav, in this mood, and he manifests this complexion, being so desperately and deeply absorbed and meditating upon her in separation. Do you want to tell what Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj said?
Okay, and then we'll take them up. So, Srila Gaura Govinda Gosvāmī Mahārāja, he once was speaking about this mood, how Krishna had this passion. When you read in Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita, you can see how much Krishna is obsessed with trying to understand Radha Bhav. I want to know what it is like to love me the way she does, because she tastes 10,000 times more than I taste, and I am the enjoyer of everything. How is this possible? So he became so greedy. There's a lot of mosquitoes. Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj said that, what did he do? He said, just as if someone is cooking down burfi, you're taking milk and condensing it and condensing it and condensing it, adding all sweetness in there, and it's becoming thick and thick. So he said, in Krishna's heart, this mood, it was like an ocean of milk and honey, and it became more and more and more condensed as he was meditating on Radha Bhav. I want this mood. Oh, Śrī Radhika, please give me your mercy. Give me your bhav. Then Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj said, as you're making burfi and it's cooking down, it starts to make a sound. Tup, 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 tup. And then he said, tup, 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 the kanchana gaurangi radhe vrindavaneshwari vrishabhanu sute devi pranamami haripriye. Meditating on Gaurangi, he became Gauranga, and he got to fulfill this inner heart's desire. When Krishna came here searching for Srimati Radhika, he sat down and he was calling Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. And it is said that actually he saw that everywhere was Srimati Radhika, in every leaf and every tree and every creeper, but not everything outside, also inside. And this is why he became golden. And so this, like he said, is the prelude to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came here to actually realize and to enter into Radha Bhav. He came here every day and performed his Harinam, his Japa. And it is said that after some time, he could no longer remain in this place. Why? Because he started turning black like Krishna. He could no longer stay in Vrindavan. he was able to attain his mood, I want this Radha Bhav. And then he left and went back to Puri to really understand the mood of the Braja Gopis, especially the moods of Srimati Radhika. So now we're going to take you somewhere very special. This is a little treat that we pre-planned for you. Plus we're going to show you how close we are to this transcendental place. So, wait, we're offering, Madhava Prabhu asked that we offer pranam here on behalf of him and his family, and you are all his family. So I'm going to offer my pranam here on behalf of all of the Vaishnavas, whether you're watching or not, all over the world. I'm offering all of you here at Imli Tala. That actually made me cry. So now we're going to your next surprise. Imli Tala ki jai.
Jai.
Okay, be close to me, please. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Naveen Prabhu. Dandavad. Hare Krishna.
बहुत दिन से देखा नहीं
हाँ हम वृंदावन में रहते हैं लॉकडाउन
राधे राधे
कैसे हैं आप?
ठीक है राधे राधे
बहुत दिन बातें की आपका।
हरे कृष्ण
सुदेवी दीदी बता रही थी कि
राधे राधे we're doing live for all the Vaishnavas to see. So, Radhe 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 Radhe.
Where are we going now?
So now we've just left Imli Tala and here we are at Gopinath Bhavan. Get your stick ready.
As Rupa Manjari Kunj.
Rupa Manjari Kunj. Here we are, and there's a special surprise for you here.
Lots of special surprises.
Oh, monkey.
That's a cat.
Oh, it's a cat.
Look, Radha Gopinath have changed today.
Radha Gopinath will give you darshan. Darshan of Radha Gopinath. Just offer pranam real quick. Okay. So now, here we are coming.
Gopinath ki jai. Satinandana Gaura Hari
Ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Gurudev ki jai.
Jai.
It's Gurudev. And here.
If you tap the, you have to lift it up. There you go. Tap it. And here. Up. Yeah. And then tap it so that they can see.
Oh!
The other way, the other way. There, one time tapping. Just to focus. There you go. Shri Radha Gopinath Ju ki jai. Sachinandana Gaura Hari
Ki jai. And this, here you can see, I don't know if you can, but it's all Guru Parampara. And then you see Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Śrī Dāmodara, Śrīla Puri Mahārāja. There's every Bhakti Jivan Janardana Gosvāmī Mahārāja, Bhakti Daita Madhav Mahārāja, Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Mahārāja, Śrīla Gaur Govinda Mahārāja, and Bhakti Kama Govinda Mahārāja. So you see how Śrīla Gurudev has trained that all should be worshipped and honored here. How come? I'm sorry, I'm just getting used to this. So they have. Okay. All right. Now we're going through Rupa Manjari Kunj. It's a little dark. Okay. All right. This is where they cook for Thakurji.
And this is where Prabhuji, he just sits
Thakurji?
here all the time.
He's the guard. He's
Taking
Thakurji's
Mahaprasad.
guard.
Wow.
very early
Okay, so don't go yet. There's
You
something
want
to
to wash
come.
your feet here or
Upstairs. So now we're
Radha Ramana.
Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Oh, sorry. I know it looks like nothing, but there's stuff happening. Okay, here's the surprise. Hold on to your hats, everyone.
This is the surprise.
This is happening right now.
It's a cat on a chair.
There it is.
That's the surprise.
That's your surprise.
Radhe Radhe. Yep.
Hare Krishna.
We have come to the room of Vrindavan Vilasini Didi.
Radhe Radhe.
And here, Gandharvika Giridhari, her beautiful beloveds. Look at them. Look at how she takes care of. And here's some Mahaprasad from Srila Prabhupada.
Srila Gurudev and Bharati Maharaj.
And Srila Gurudev and Srila Bharati Maharaj. Look at this. How beautiful. So, Didi?
Yeah, my bed's a mess.
We can't see anything.
Should we be down or up?
No, she needs to look up.
Okay,
I'll hold it for you.
I got it.
Okay.
Haribol.
Haribol! So there are 46 devotees watching right now, and more will be watching afterward. So this is Vrindavan Vilasini Didi. She's a disciple of Srila Prabhupada that I have known for my entire life since I was a newborn baby. She lived in Los Angeles, and she's one of the, she was a leader of the Sankirtan party, book
And
distribution.
she took care of all the new bhakteens. Even, she's
Everybody.
our mother.
And then she came to Srila Gurudev, and she was with Gurudev from what year?
1989.
And when they banned Gurudev, she never went back. She didn't look away from his lotus feet for a second.
And she just expanded her heart to hold Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Bhaktivedānta Bharati Maharaj
And
inside,
whole
and
of
so many
Brajadam.
Vaishnavas.
She's got everything in her heart, so we asked if she would share a little something with all of you as your gift for tonight.
Oh my goodness. Hare Krishna. I don't know what to say after all that. Except that we need to understand one thing, that it's very important, actually, this Vrindavan Dham. Vrindavan Dham is the goal of our life. It is our home. This is the home of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev. It's our home. And so even if you can't be here by body, try and make wherever you're at Vrindavan Dham.
Yes.
It's a consciousness, actually, because here I'm living in what we call Drishyman Vrindavan, which is what's after Krishna goes to the next Prakat Leela in another universe, and he leaves, then this like shadow is here. And I must say, whenever you can come to Vrindavan, please do. Please come. Whenever it's open again, please come. As many, because it's so special. Like, you can imagine, I've been here about 30 years. And I first came in 1975.
Wow.
Amazing. And I wanted to stay at that time, but I couldn't. I knew this was my home. Because you think, there is no place in the world like even this Vrindavan, this part of the Dham. Because everyone is saying Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe.
Even in Navadvip they don't do that. It's Gaur. But even everyone there doesn't say Gaur. But here everyone says Radhe Radhe.
Even the Muslims?
Right, even the Muslim. And right over here is the Jamuna. Right over here is Govardhan. Right over there is Barshana. Right over there is Nandagram. You know, and so it becomes a reality. It really becomes a reality. So for you, it can also become a reality if you start to make your mind, because it's not going to come naturally. At least for me, it doesn't. When I'm in the West, it doesn't come naturally. But like when you see water, you try to remember, oh, Jamuna.
Yes.
When you see a mountain, you see Govardhan.
Yes.
You know, and then in your home, of course, you make your Bhajan Kutir of Vrindavan. You know, because this is our home. This is our ultimate goal. This is where Srila Gurudev is. This is where Prabhupada is in their forms with Radha and Krishna. They're manjaris, maidservants of Srimati Radharani. So, and now we're here in Kartik. And as you know, the month of Srimati Radharani, who is the predominating deity of Kartik,
Yes.
this is the most merciful month. So if we try and do a little extra, not more austerities. That's not what's important. It's more devotion.
Yeah.
Don't try and just eat less because you're going to eat less because that's kind of
Good for your health.
no. You could only eat less when because so you can do more devotion. You see what I mean? Try and chant more, and if you can't chant more, at least try and chant with more quality.
Yes.
Because it's the quality that counts, you know? And take advantage because you're going to get special mercy from Śrīmati Radharani. You know? Really.
Thank you so much, Didi. Please give everybody some powerful Shakti so that they can do such a thing. You've done so much seva to Gurudev, to Prabhupada, to our Acharyas. So please give them some blessings that they can actually attain to that state of seeing Krishna everywhere, especially this month.
Yeah. Well, I'm praying to my Govardhan because my Govardhan is very, the big one here. This is my Giriraj Govardhan.
He's like a big Burfi.
And he's very, very potent and merciful.
Wow.
And the main thing is make the instructions of your Gurudev your life and soul.
Wow.
Just do that. Try and
So
do that the
sweet.
best you can, you know?
Yeah.
And live, and even if you can't, like, let's say you have to work, that's okay. But still make this for Gurudev, you know, and say, Gurudev, it'll be so wonderful. But at least I'm working. It's for you. It's to maintain your house. This house isn't mine. It's your house. These children, they're yours.
Yes.
You know, so like this, you know.
Okay, thank you so much, Didi. We told them we had a special surprise for them, so.
Well, I'm very blessed. Please bless me, all of you. I'm so happy to have been able to say a little something and share whatever's been given to me.
Many devotees are offering their loving respects, and
Okay.
many of them
Pranams.
know you, so
Okay.
they're sending their affection. Thank
All
you,
the
Didi.
best. All the best for all auspicious.
There's the blessing right there. Did you
Right
see
there.
both hands?
Everybody, did you get that? Okay, she
Put
had.
your heads
There
down.
you go.
Put your heads down. Get that. Okay, Radhe
Radhe,
Radhe.
thank you.
Okay.
Haribol, Didi.
There was a cat in the chair. We were like,
Oh,
this
that
was
you-
the present.
You missed it. There were two.
Oh, the cat's still there. Oh, Jayanti. This is Jayanti's little friend. You
It's
can't.
getting dark.
Okay, now we're taking you
Oh, I have a light on in my pocket.
through the Bhavan in the dark.
Can you see them down there? They're very noisy.
I'm waiting for you to open the door. How nice was that to see Vrindavan Vilasini, Didi? I mean, wow. Okay, so here we are, back at Radha Vinod Bihari Bhavan. Can you get the door?
Sure can.
And
Oh.
there they are.
One quick mosquito.
Shri Radha Vinod. Oh, jeez, I can't do this camera. Okay, there we go. There we go. Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ji.
Ki
Ki
jai.
Jai.
I just have to wash my feet really quick.
Okay. Kishori's just gonna wash his feet and his hands while we get to have the beautiful darshan of the beloveds in their specially made moon outfit. This is a moon outfit. You can't see, but it does sparkle very beautifully. And there are the babies. And Giriraj, Shalagram. All right. And also now, Guru Parampara. And then we're going to just pan over to, sorry, there we go, Damodar. So, Kishori ji.
I'm just going to light that flame for all.
Okay. I don't know how to do this.
Just the front, the first one, the front one.
Oh, just the front.
Yeah, not all three. You have to open up the...
I need you to do it. Sorry, devotees.
Take that. Okay. Let's see if we got this right. Okay. This looks pretty good. We're doing the best we can with our very, very lacking in professional podcasting abilities.
We're just trying to give you an organic kind of mood of being in Braj. The best we can.
I know why it shifted to the left yesterday. It follows the light.
Oh.
Ah.
He was blaming me, dear devotees.
Yes, if you can lose your head when all about you.
Okay.
Look at that. Okay. So.
They've seen everyone except you now?
Yes. Okay. There we go. Something like that. Okay. And it is moving on its own. It's shifting.
Yes, Radharaman is there today. Why is it moving?
I don't know.
It's just moving. Oh!
Oh! Sorry about that. You can't turn your phone while
Just
live.
turn it.
Oh. Sorry. It just did that on its own. It just turned into something else. I'm going to have to turn it off for 1 second. There we are. Okay. Jai. Okay.
Jai. Okay.
Welcome to Śrī Dāmodara Bihari Mandir.
Jai Ho.
You know that's not connected to the normal house internet. Should I change that? I think I have to. Śrī Vrindavan Ha. Gopinath Bhavan. See, I'm not even in sync properly. Let's see. 4, 3, 2, 1.
They want to see Radharaman, so I have to pull back just a little.
There. Now it is peaceful again with the Tanpura.
Okay.
And I'm going to switch it to the house internet. So 1 second, please
Just
bear with
hold
us.
on. It might turn off for 1 second, but don't. Okay, go.
Jai. Is it okay?
You're back.
All right.
It might be fuzzy for a couple of minutes, but...
Oh, sorry. We're going to begin with Mangalacharan, page 1 of this book, Śrī Gaudiya Giti Gucca, Vandeham, Śrī Guru, Śrī Yuta Padakamalam. Vandeham, Śrī Guru, Śrī Yuta Padakamalam, Śrī Guru Vaishnavāśra, Śrī Sāgajatam Sahagano Raghunātham Vikantam Sajivam Sarvetam Savadhutam Parjana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagano Lalika Om Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namah Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Namine Śrī Krishna Līlā Katane Sudākṣam Avdarya Madhurya Gunashya Yuktam Vadam Varinyam Purusham Mahantam Nārāyaṇam Tvam Shirasam Namāmi Trigandinam Bhakta Shiromanim Cha Śrī Krishna Padājagadvaita Hridde Chaitanya Lila Amrita Sarasara Nārāyaṇa Tvam Satatam Prapadye Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti
Gosvāmī Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisha Shunyavahani Ashtatya Deshatarine. Namo Vishnupadaya Gaurapreshthaya Bhutale Śrīmad Bhakti Pragya Kishori Namine Bhaktivedānta Charitraya Swashritanam Chapanine Jiva Dukhe Sadartaya Śrī Nama Premadayine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Śrī Varshabharami Devi Daikaya Kripabhaye Krishna Sambandha Vigyano Daine Brahmave Namaha. Madhuryo Jvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute. Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinadharine Rupanuga Virudhapa Siddhanta Dvantaharine. Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambhara Sambodhe Padambujayate Namaha. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Parayate. Gaurāvirbhāva bhūme svam nirdeshthā sajana priya Vaishnava sarvabhauma Shri Jagannāthāya te namaha. Vanchā kalpatarubhyascha kripā sindhubhya cha patitānaṁ pāvanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Mahamadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dīnabandho Jagatpate Gope Kanto Radhakanto Namostute. Dabda Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Sudevi Didi Pranamami Hari Priye Jayatam Surato Pango Mama Mandam Atirgati Matsarvasvatpadam Gojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Vrindanandakalpadrumadam Śrīmad Ratnagara Simhasanastho Shri Śrī Radha Śrīla Govinda Devo Preshthayini Sevyamano Smarami Śrīmandra Sarasarambhi Bhaktitaha Karshannenu Svanargopi Gopinatha Shriyestunaha Vrindaye Tulasi Devyai Priyayai Keshavasya cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavradye Namo Namaha. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Mahādāvagni Nirvāpanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vikaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Shvadanam Sarvatma Sapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Harer Nama Harer Nama Harer Nameva Kevalam Kalo Nastyeva 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 Gatiranyata Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. You'll have to bear with us for a little technical difficulty. So.
I've been holding the camera. See how still my hand is?
1 second. This will solve it because it's long enough. This fell. That's why I did that.
Oh, okay. But look, hold straight.
I know because it's pulling on a cord. So let's take this out. Oh, okay. And then we'll just put this on the floor. And then it won't put pressure on it. See? Through here.
It's still loose.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that.
Don't push there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Mahārāja.
We got it.
Haribo.
Haribo. It's fine.
Yeah, I just want to make
go
sure
sit down. I'll do
it
it.
doesn't put pressure on
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Okay, we're going to start with Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya, page 32. And if you don't have a songbook, luckily for us, Jiva Bhavana Prabhu is with us. And he is so wonderfully amazing that he's always singing the kirtans and bhajans that we're singing, and so that we can all sing along together. And if you miss the page number by chance, Lavangalata Didi always posts the page program here.
Chai.
So page 32, Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya, Dandava Pranam, Jiva Bhavana, all Vaishnavas, Dandava Pranam.
Pranam. What page?
Look, ask Lavangalata. 32.
I don't have anything to see anything with. The songbook is yours. 32. I'm afraid that this gimbal is just the beginning of our Gita Samsar. We're going to have to get something else to counteract the effects of that.
No, just pray to Gurudev. Let's just let it go. Jai. Careful, Mahārāja.
Gurudeva Kripa Bindu Diya Kurue Dasi. It's a little low.
Thank you for bearing with us.
Gurudeva Kripa Bindu Diya Kurue Dasi Rinnape Khayoti Ohe Vaishnava Thakur, page 39. Ohe Vaishnava Thakur, Doyaro Sagaro, Vedase Karuna Kori.
To whatever you see the quality.
Oh.
So.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it just stopped.
Completely?
No, now it's back looking right, but it keeps going back and forth.
I'll just put it back on its original. Okay, 1 second. Is that better? Hare Krishna.
I hope that's better.
It's just nothing yet.
Nothing yet? It shows up there though, and it's resuming. Okay.
Okay, we're resumed.
Jai.
About 30, 40 people.
That quickly?
Okay.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi
It should look clear in a minute.
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Nityananda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Page 68, Jari Gauranga Nahito Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Gadadhar
Shivasadi
Gaur Bhakta
Vrinda
যদি গৌরাঙ্গ নহিত তবে কি হইত কেমনে ধরিত দে
যদি গৌরাঙ্গ নাহিত তবে কি হইত তেমনে ধরিতম দে
ও যদি গৌরাঙ্গ নহিত তবে কি হইত কেমনে ধরিত দে
যদি
তবে কি হইত কেমনে ধরিত দে ও রাধার মহিমা প্রেম রস সীমা রাধার মহিমা প্রেম রস সীমা জগতে জানা প্রভে জগতে জানা প্রভে মধুর বৃন্দা বিপিন মাধুরী প্রবেশ চাতুরী সা মধুর বৃন্দা
বিপিনা মধুরী প্রবেশ চাতুরীসা
বর যদুমতি ভাবের ভকতি শক্তি হইত কামতি ভাবের ভকতি শক্তি হইত কাম ও গাও পুন পুন গৌরাঙ্গের গুণ সরল হইলাম গাও পুন পুন গৌরাঙ্গের গুণ সরল হইলাম ও ভব সাগরে এমন দয়াল ভব সাগরে এমন দয়াল না দেখি যে কজন না দেখি যে কজন গৌরাঙ্গ বলিয়া নাগেনু গলিয়া কেমন Jai Gaura Hari. Sachinandan Jai Gaura Hari. Sachinandan Jai Gaura Hari. Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He. Shri Satyanandana Gaura Hari Ki
Jai.
Now it is time for Nāṛayaṇa, Radha Kripakataksha Stavaraja, Dāmodarāṣṭakam, Hare Krishna. I think we need about 4.5 to 5 hours to do what we are doing these days.
Nāṛayaṇa is on page 289. Damodarāṣṭakam or Radha Kripakataksha will be next, and that's 285. And then Damodarāṣṭakam, which 290. I don't know if everybody got that, but anyway. So
Jiva Pavan Prabhu got it.
Śrī Nāṛayaṇa is first, 289. Then Radha Kripakataksha Stavaraja, 285. Then Damodarāṣṭakam, 290. It's fuzzy again.
I don't know what to do about that.
Sorry about the fuzziness. We don't know what's going on with the internet. Ramana Prabhu has already posted it.
Page 285.
Every time we come in from our little parikrama outside, we come in and we light a candle to, not Radha Damodar, excuse me, Yashoda Damodar, on behalf of all of the devotees, but I think Kishori's
putting it out. It's drowning.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Now we're at ghee on my hands. Let's see if they slip off the keys.
Because the other day we discussed all of the beautiful benefits of offering a candle to Damodar on this month, but the main thing is to bring that kind of love into our lives that ends all our darkness of ignorance and brings us to the lotus feet of Hari Guru and Vaishnavas. This is our only goal and aspiration.
Namami Shāram Satchidananda Rupam Lasakundaram Gokule Brajamam Yashodam Dinam Bhaktan Grihani Shama Madhyame Dakshita Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Gurudev Ki Jai Prabhupada Ki Jai Bhakti Varga Ki Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande.
So in case you haven't looked at the comments, Jiva Pavana Prabhu has all of Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, so you can read along with Kishori Mohan Prabhu if you like to do that.
In case you cannot understand my accent, or the speed,
The speed.
or the clarity. Quality's not so good, huh?
On and off.
Okay, but how is the quality out there of the video footage? Because I think our main internet is not good.
No, it's not. Yours is better. It's on and off. I've been watching.
Without further ado, Gurve Gaur Chandraya Radhikaya Tagalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tarabhaktaya Namo Namah Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Namine Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedānta Swāmini Namine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandava Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Lila Pravishta Vishnupad Ashto Tarashata Shri Śrīmad Śrī Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. And the same thousands of Dandava Pranam in the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishta Vishnupad Ashto Tarashata Shri Śrīmad Śrī Bhaktivedānta Swami Śrī Prabhupada. And to all of our Rupanuga, Gauriya, Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas past, present, and future, including all of those who are present with us today, and who also were present with us today from Sevakunj, from that time, all of you, I offer my Dandava Pranam.
Dandava Pranam, dear Vaishnavas. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Not brilliant, but a bit blippy, but what to do? I'll try saying that 5 times really fast. Devaki, thank you for the new tongue twister. Hare Krishna. So we will continue with Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, an amazing, beautiful treasure. This is our Param Gurudev's translation of the commentary of Śrī Sanātana Gosvāmī Pad on the beautiful manifestation of the heart of Satyavrata Muni, which was written down in Padma Purana by Ved Vyas. So this includes the commentary of Sanatana Goswami with the extra addendum commentary of Srila Param Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj with the addition of the commentary of our Srila Gurudev Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Maharaj. So you can see that it becomes more and more and more full of ras, more full of nectar. The more transcendental personalities touch these pastimes and touch the commentaries of their Guru Varga. Unlike in this material world, when you take from something, it loses part of itself. When the pure devotees are glorifying the Lord, it increases ever and forevermore. So it only becomes sweeter and sweeter and sweeter the more who have tasted it, which is quite amazing. And the more they've tasted it, the more they also want others to taste that. After having tasted that nectar, seeing that we are busying ourselves drinking from the pool of sewage of this material world, their hearts bleed upon compassion, seeing our suffering, pitiful condition, and they desire that we should also drink nectar like them. Therefore, they labor day and night very hard with so much energy to somehow or other attract us to dive into this pool of ocean of nectar, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and even if we can attain even one small drop, Srila Gurudev said, even like a smell of agarbatti, incense from the other room, just a little bit of a fragrance of that, our life would be successful. So Srila Gurudev and our Guru Varga have placed so many beautiful pastimes of Krishna within this Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam with these commentaries, so that our hearts might develop even a little greed to want to love and serve Krishna. So before entering into this beautiful treasure, we will pray in the dust of all of their lotus feet, in the words of Raghunath Das Goswami, what he composed in awe to Śrī Sanātana Gosvāmī. Vairāga juga bhakti rasam prayatnaya apayanam mam anubhipshamannam kripamgurir yapar dukuduki sanatanas tvam prabhum ashrayami. Begging in the dust of their lotus feet that may even a particle of their moods which are present within these pages manifest itself within our hearts. Even a particle is sufficient. Tumi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya. Just give me one drop of faith. Gurudev kripa bindu diya. Gurudev, give me just one drop of mercy. One drop is what Mahaprabhu gave to Rupa Goswami. And one drop of that is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gave. So Rupa Goswami from that one drop made Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the crest jewel of Rasik Vaishnava, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu gave Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu, one drop of that ocean. And our Guru Varga are giving one drop of that, and still each drop, by its nature, is unlimited, because as much as you try to take from Krishna, he never loses any part of himself. The first person to write the first word of the verse, which explains that even if he expands himself unlimitedly, he never loses any part of himself, wins 50 points and a burfi. Okay, so, and that's from the milk from the cows that Raghava and Banu are taking care of with love and affection. So, now we will enter into this beautiful transcendental treasure. We are continuing with the preface of our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyantesha Goswami Mahārāja. We should understand that even though it is not considered the main body of the book, still he's setting a foundation, like our Srila Gurudev would do during the month of Kartik. Sometimes he would go through Mana Shiksha or any other scripture with us in 1 or 2 days, 3 days maximum, just going through it quickly. He said, now that you understand the proper mood, now when you go home, you can open that book and enter deep into it and contemplate with the proper mood and the proper understanding. So our Param Gurudev is giving us this preface, the way to enter into this transcendental literature. And so this foundation that he's giving us is essential. And if we skip over the foundation that these Guru Varga are giving us, it's like skipping over all of the first 9 cantos of Śrīmad Bhagavatam and just diving into the 10th canto. You might miss all of the foundation, which is necessary, and it can actually have a detrimental effect. And our Srila Prabhupada has given so many warnings to this effect. So let me just check here. Did anyone put the shlok? I'll give you a hint. It's the first verse of Sri Ishopanishad. Let's see who posts that first. Okay? Sudevi, she's like, Om Purnamada Purnamidam. We grow up with that version. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. Okay, so
50 points and a burpee.
Oh man, I owe her 50 points and a burfi. There we go. So our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyantesha Goswami Mahārāja, believe it or not, started speaking about what can happen if we don't have that strong foundation we can actually end up superimposing mundane sentiment onto that transcendental pastime, and that is known as prakrita sahajya, or materialistically, mundanely spontaneous. Sahajya means natural, spontaneous. That is the meaning of sahajya. So there are two kinds of sahajya. There's prakrita sahajya and aprakrita sahajya. What is prakrita sahajya? Who's spontaneously mundane, spontaneously full of material desires, and who runs towards the material world to enjoy? Most of us, we have this tendency within us. And something by the mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas, our attention is getting pulled toward Krishna. And then there are the aprakrita sahajyas, who is spontaneous, natural, attracted to Krishna. The Brajabasis, especially the gopis, they are called aprakrit sahajya. It means spontaneously natural pulling toward Krishna. This aprakrit means transcendental. So we should understand the difference between the two. There is a difference of heaven and hell between these two. And of course, we generally understand that those guys over there, they're sahajya because they are mundanizing the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, thinking, okay, so let us engage in mundane sensual experience, and through that medium, we will experience the divine. I know many of you have heard that, and this idea has gone around through so many different circles. Our Shastras and our Guru Varga have said this is absolutely ludicrous. It just cannot be, never and ever. And so we've quoted one verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita quite often, and I'll quote it again now. Atmendriya pritivancha tare bale kam, Krishnendriya priti icha dhare premanam. Atmendriya priti vancha means the desire for satisfying or gratifying one's own senses. And that also means gratifying the senses of others in this world so that they will gratify my senses. This is known as kam, which translates into this material world as lust. Lust means selfish, self-centered for my own sense gratification, even though it might appear to be love. However, Krishnendriya priti icha dhare premanam. Krishnendriya means Krishna's senses. Priti icha, the desire. Icha means desire to please, or to love, or to give what is pleasing to Krishna's senses. This is known as prem, or transcendental love and affection. So Shastra, Guru Varga, Guru Sadhu Shastra, they all tell us that there is a world of difference between these two. One may look like love, but still it's considered lust, because it's bound within this material energy in the material world, and it is doomed to fail one day. And the other one might even look like lust, but we should understand that it is transcendental and pure, because Krishna is at its center. Therefore, that is known as prem. And there is nothing wrong with that. In fact, when anyone breaks any rule and regulation of Shastra for Krishna's happiness and Krishna's pleasure, then they are glorified in all Shastra. So Śrīmad Bhagavatam tells us, Gurur na sasyat. If your guru is opposed to serving Krishna, they're fit to be rejected. Svajano, your own family, your friends, if they're opposed to that, they're not qualified to be in that position. Pita na sasyaj, your father or your mother, even your parents, whom you're supposed to give full honor and respect, but if they're opposed to the service of Krishna, Daivam na sasyam, even the demigods, if they are opposed, as we've seen in Govardhan Lila, Krishna taught Indra Dev a very powerful lesson. Napatishya sasyan, and even one's own husband. In Vedic Dharma, this pati-patni dharma, the vow of chastity that is taken, is considered the most powerful thing. And for Krishna, if that is given up, then you see in all Shastra those personalities are glorified. We've seen how the wives of the Brahmanas are glorified, how the gopis are glorified as the topmost lovers and servants, means their love manifests in the form of seva to Krishna. They are glorified the most for completely giving up everything for the pleasure of Krishna. So if it is for Krishna, then it is always good. If it is not for Krishna, then I need that button for the podcast. You know those things? It's not favorable for our Atma's progress on the path of love and devotion, which is actually our intrinsic nature, to love and serve Krishna. So Srila Param Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Kishori Gosvāmī Mahārāja is writing, Jagat Guru Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī Pad has written the detailed Digdarshani commentary on this Ashtaka, or prayer of 8 verses. Therein, based on the sadhaka's different eternal temperaments, he has revealed the deliberation on the gradation found within the realm of sadhana. So we're going to hear about the gradation of one's progress on the path of sadhana, how it develops. Furthermore, he has established from every perspective the supremacy first of Vatsalya ras, parental love, and finally Madhurya ras, conjugal love. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is explained very clearly, verse after verse after verse, that within the highest ras, Madhurya ras, which is the most complete, is the maximum extent of Vatsalya Prem. And within the maximum extent of Vatsalya Prem is contained the maximum of Madhurya means the mood of the beloved of Krishna, or paramour. And then within that, the maximum of Vatsalyata. Vatsalyata means like a parental mood, that he is mine and my responsibility to take care. The maximum of Vatsalyata, parental mood, is also contained within that Madhurya. Within Vatsalya, the maximum of Sakya Bhav, the mood of the cowherd-boys, friendship mood, is contained fully within Vatsalya. Within that, the maximum of Dasya, servant mood, is contained. So we should understand that within Madhurya Ras, all other rasas are contained to their maximum extent. And so as one is progressing through the different stages, they may experience Dasya Ras and feel yes, but then they may have to go further depending on the nature of their soul. From Dasya through Sakya, through Vatsalya to Madhurya, if that is what their nature is of their soul. So, to prove this point, Srila Gurudev explained and Srila Prabhupada explained. Srila Prabhupada wrote it in the Śrīmad Bhagavatam commentary, in the section before Brahma Vimohan Lila, and he was explaining that Mother Yashoda is the personification of Radharani's Vatsalya, parental mood, or this nurturing mood toward Krishna. And I personally heard our Srila Gurudev. We were in Fiji in the house of Kanti Punja in the living room, and Gurudev came out of his room and he spoke to us and he said that Mother Yashoda is the embodiment of Radhika's Vatsalya Prem for Krishna. So it's something quite amazing in that. That's why our Srila Gurudev could never concede to the idea that our Srila Prabhupada was only up to the level of Sakya. One main reason was his own Gurudev, Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Gosvāmī Mahārāja, gave sannyas to Srila Prabhupada. And in that sannyas is the Gopi Bhav mantra. The other thing is our Srila Gurudev's personal relationship with Srila Prabhupada, wherein they discussed so many of these beautiful, sweet subject matters. And so Gurudev said, from my own experience, I can never accept that. And then on top of that, according to Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and even Srila Prabhupada is adding to the commentary, that only a gopi, not even one who is a Priya Narma Sakha, only a gopi can broadcast the moods of the gopis all around the world. And so to say that Prabhupada is only up to Sakya Bhav, in essence is saying that he cannot nurture Vatsalya or Madhurya Bhav. And our Srila Gurudev said, to hear this, it pains my heart. He wanted to impress upon us that our Srila Prabhupada is a true Rupanuga Vaishnava in every way, meaning he is capable of awakening and nurturing all rasas, and yet he is in that highest rasa as a maidservant of Srimati Radhika. This is Rupanuga, in the wake of the Bhav, the serving moods of Sri Rupa Goswami in this world, in Sadak Bhav as a Sadhaka, and in Siddha Bhav as an eternal maidservant of Srimati Radhika. So, I just wanted to clarify that, because this is also one of the very powerful teachings of our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, and our Srila Gurudev presented it very clearly and methodically and powerfully. So now our Param Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj is speaking about Prakrita Sahajyas. And so we can also check our own hearts and see if we have these tendencies, and then pray to our Gurudev, our Guru Varga, to please help us to weed out these tendencies so that we can approach Radha and Krishna with a pure heart. Prakrita Sahajyas discuss Rasa Leela indiscriminately, here and there, in whatever way they please. To expose the immorality of such activities, Goswami Pad, that is Sanatana Goswami Pad, has written the following at the end of his commentary on the 8th verse of Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. Tataschat-taya saha rasa kridādikam parama stuti vennante. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing. The translation of this part of the commentary, as well as a footnote, has been printed on page 160 of this book. So now he's giving reference to certain parts of this book that he wants us to access. There, an excellent deliberation is given in regard to such inappropriate discussions within Sahajya congregations. Since the Sahajyas are utterly unqualified. What is the meaning of utterly unqualified? They're not following any sadhana. They're doing all sorts of nonsense activities, engaging in so many immoral activities, even pretending that they are experiencing bhakti bhav and prem through these sensual activities, understanding the divine love of Radha and Krishna. So generally, we understand that a prakrita sahajya is someone who is engaging in nonsensical activities and thinking that by this or through this medium, they're able to experience the divine. Some people misunderstand this term sahajya or prakrita sahajya and apply it to pure devotees who have none of this kind of inclination. They're not endeavoring or trying or wanting or practicing any kind of immoral activity. They are completely devoid of any immorality, and their only nature is complete absorption, 24 hours a day, without cessation, full of divine attachment and attraction to the divine lotus feet of Shri Radha and Krishna, absorbing in their pastimes, chanting, doing all of the activities of sadhana. Some people also try to falsely accuse our Srila Gurudev of this, but look at his practice, look at his nature, look at what he always was absorbing himself in, 24 hours a day. There were no immoral activities to be seen within him. He was so strict, so powerful, that even the sound of his name would cause some of his disciples' legs to shake. Oh, Nārāyaṇa Mahārāja is coming, like this, and they would shape up very quickly. This was his very strong nature. And he said, but how will anyone develop attraction for these pastimes if they don't hear anything about them? Because that is the panacea. That is the cure for the heart disease of lust, hearing these pastimes of Krishna. from the lips of that person who is qualified. So we should look also at Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, Sanātana Gosvāmī, Jiva Gosvāmī, Raghunath Das Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Bhaktivedānta Thakur. We can look at those personalities and see what they have given to the world. And we should also see their nature and their character. Are they engaging in any immoral activity? Never. Because there is nothing of this material world that can ever attract them. And they understand that all of this immorality is within the realm of calm or mundane lust to enjoy through the medium of one's senses. So how is that compatible with the ruchi, the real taste of Radha and Krishna's pastimes? It's not. So therefore, those personalities, they're able to disseminate this, to give it, to share it, and there is no fault or harm in that because their nature is perfect. They are dhira, sober. They have no attraction or fleeting mindset that takes them back and forth to the material world. So look at Rupa Goswami. He's also delivering these transcendental pastimes. Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Raghunath Das, Krishna Das, all of these personalities. Have they done wrong? Now our Param Gurudev is going to deliver this transcendental katha. Has he done wrong? No, because he is not engaging in any way, mentally, physically, or in any way, in attraction to the mundane. He's completely absorbed in the transcendental. Therefore, he has the qualification to give this subject. It's not indiscriminate. It's not unguarded. It's not full of all kinds of nonsensical and immoral activities in the name of bhakti or devotion. So this is really essential to understand. Since the sahajas are utterly unqualified, they cannot in any way be considered highly eligible candidates for relishing rasa lila. As we know, bhakti is transcendental to the three worlds of material existence. So topics like rasa lila cannot be understood within any worldly realm of analysis. Topics like rasa lila cannot be understood within any worldly realm of analysis. So how do we reconcile this? Śrīmad Bhagavatam says, Vikriditam Vrajavidubiridam cha Vishnu. Śrīla Gurudev has told this, so I'm repeating what he has told. Shradhandito nishinuyad atavanayadya bhaktim param bhagavatim pratilabdya kama hridrogam ashvapahinodya chirena dhira. In Śrīmad Bhagavatam itself, it is saying that the cure for the heart disease of lust, hridrogam, roga means disease, and hrid means heart. What is hridrogam? It is really lust, the desire to enjoy through the medium of my senses for my sense gratification, my sense pleasure. This is hridrogam. So it says hridrogam ashvapahinotya chirena dhira. So if we have lust, which we do, that's why we're bound in this material world, and the cure for that lust is to hear Rasa Lila Katha, then if we don't hear the Rasa Lila Katha, how will we get rid of our lust? This is how our Gurudev has explained this. But there is a way to hear it. Yes, I'm not qualified, but I have faith, Shraddha Andito. I have regard. I have honor. And who am I hearing it from? That personality who is truly dhira. Dhira means sober. Who is that person who is sober? They can control any of the urges. Bācho vegam, the urge to speak anything of this material world. Manasa vegam, krodha vegam, jifva vegam, udara vegam, upasta vegam. The urges of speech, the mind, anger, the tongue, belly, genitals. They have complete control over this. How? Because they are completely bound to the lotus feet of Krishna and they cannot fall down. They are really sober personalities. And so if one takes shelter of and hears from such a person who's also saturated in Braja Bhav, Braja Ras, that is, Tad Anuragi Jan, an eternal associate of Krishna, with faith and with regard, with honor, serving that person, then gradually this heart disease of lust can be eradicated. Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoite, our Gurudev would tell us again and again that Sri Narottam Das Thakur is saying, when Prema Bhakti comes, first in the form of Shraddha, from that, then gradually avidya vinasha jati. All ignorance gradually becomes destroyed. He said it cannot happen the other way around. It cannot. How can you get rid of anything mundane without the superior thing? Gurudev said, why would you even want to if you don't have that higher taste? Gurudev actually said that. Why would you want to give it up? Without the higher taste, how could you and why would you even want to? So that higher taste is necessary. And even in the stages of sadhana, which we are going to hear about, ado shraddha, tata sadhu sangha, tab bhajana kriya, tato anartha navritti, then nishta ruchi. So sadhu sangha means associating with sadhus. That means to hear from them. And then bhajana kriya, engaging in those positive aspects of bhajan, the activities of bhakti, which propel us forward. And as that is going on, then also anartha nivritti. This is mentioned after bhajana kriya. Tato nartha nivrittisya, tato nishtha ruchistata. And then anartha nivritti is taking place. So Krishna Surya Sama, Krishna is like the sun. Maya hai andakar. Maya is like the darkness. So how do you get rid of the darkness? By the presence of the sun. So as that sun is rising, naturally the darkness is going away. But without the presence of the sun, how is the darkness going to go away? So Srila Gurudev explained that even though Sobari Rishi, he was here in Vrindavan, in Jamuna, underneath the water, for 60,000 years doing intense meditation. Still, because he was not under the guidance of any pure Vaishnava, and also because he had offended the pure devotee of the Lord, he offended Garuda, he could not free his heart from lust. So after 60,000 years of intense austerities, he opened his eyes underneath the water and saw fish in the act of mating, and this inspired within his heart immediately. It wasn't eradicated, it was only settled at the bottom. It stirred up that glass of lust, and all of that lust manifested again. He left his intense, powerful austerities. He went to the nearest kingdom, looking like the barnacle man, all slimy with, 60,000 years, wrinkly and everything. And he told the king, I would like to marry your daughter. And the king was like, I promised my daughter that she could choose her own husband. And immediately Sobari Rishi could understand what the king was saying, and she was not also interested at all. So by his mystic power, he transformed himself into a very strong, beautiful, young, chiseled, handsome, powerful, virile man. Chiseled?
Never heard that description.
Well, I was actually thinking of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha when they first appeared, and the description of them was something like that. They were so strong and chiseled, said so powerful that even the thunderbolt of Indra could not shake them or break them. How strong and powerful and beautiful they were. So anyhow, he was so attractive that not only did she marry him, but all of her other sisters as well. So 50 wives, and he enjoyed for a very long time with them. And then afterward, you can read about his realizations and his repentance. But this is the point, is that just because one is doing so many austerities, it doesn't mean that they can become free from lust. Only trying on our own to first remove lust, this is not the qualification for Krishna Bhakti Ras. What is the root qualification for Krishna Bhakti Ras? Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitamati Kriyatam yarikatopi labhyate tatra lolyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti shukritarna labhyate. Thousands and millions of lives of doing good things. Really good things like building hospitals and feeding the poor and doing all kinds of nice sattvic things. They cannot give one the qualification for Krishna Bhakti Ras. What to speak of just sitting under the water and trying to restrain your senses and remove lust. Also, this cannot be done like that. You cannot remove lust by any material process. What is the process? Higher taste. And what is that higher taste? Krishna Bhakti Ras. This is the higher taste. Ras means taste. And what is that taste? Krishna Bhakti. So, the only or root qualification for this Krishna Bhakti Rasa, tatralolyam apimulyam ekalam. We described it previously when we were studying Going Beyond Vaikuntha. The root cause of that is the intense, greedy desire to have it. So then we must ask the question, how can I awaken that intense, greedy desire to have Krishna Bhakti Ras? Because that is really the nature of my soul. Nothing else will satisfy my soul. Nothing of this material world. How can I awaken that? Only in the association of the pure devotees. And by what means? By hearing about the transcendental pastimes of Krishna. It specifically states in Bhagavatam, Vikriditam Vrajavedubir idam cha Vishnum. The Rasa Lila pastimes of the gopis with Krishna in Vrindavan. If we hear that from the right source, with the right mood, then hridrogam ashvapahinotya chirena dhira. Hridrogam ashvapahinot means all of the lust which is accumulated in the heart, by taking shelter of that higher taste, higher rasa, in the proper way, will be eradicated from the heart. And I know so many devotees who would write letters to Srila Prabhupada and say, Srila Prabhupada, my heart is so full of lust, what should I do? And he said, you should read the Rasa Lila section of my Krishna book. So many devotees. So this is the instruction of the pure devotees. This is the instruction of Shastra. And so it needs to be understood and reconciled properly. If we think that on my own, without that higher taste, I can give up the lower taste, it won't be possible. Yes?
You have about 6-7 minutes left.
I only have a few more minutes left, so I will continue. But this point was very essential to discuss. Srila Gurudev gives a very in-depth commentary on the subject I just spoke about in the introduction to his Venu Gita. So I recommend that you all will take advantage of that and read that as well. So the Prakrita Sahajas think dull matter can become spiritual. And by the power of one's sadhana, Bhagavan can be seen with one's material eyes. This is their conception. Actually, by the power of our sadhana, we cannot capture that person who's beyond the realm of the senses. So Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj asks the question and then answers the question, why do we do sadhana? He said, because Guru tells you to do it. And when he sees that you're sincere and you're trying to follow his instruction and order as it is, without all kinds of unnecessary opposition, he sees that you are sincere, then he will give you something, like an installment of bhakti sukriti. So the more bhakti sukriti you have, the more you will be able to digest, understand, assimilate, and receive the bhakti that Sri Guru is awakening within our hearts. It's not that sadhana is unnecessary. Sadhana is necessary, but we should not think that by my own ascending power I can capture the infinite. The infinite is only captured by infinite love. So the Sahajas, they say, just as bell metal transforms into gold when mercury is added to it, don't try this at home, people. This prakrita, material body, becomes transcendental by the power of bhajan. Then with these same material eyes, Bhagavan can be seen. So they're taking a speculative process. We even see in Bhagavad Gita that Krishna tells Arjuna, I now give you divine eyes. And by that, Arjuna was able to see his universal form and everything else. So Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī has completely refuted this statement of the Prakrita Sahajas in Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita, as well as in his Digdarshini commentary on this Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. So here, seeing Bhagavan within the mind and seeing him directly. In this regard, it is essential to carefully deliberate on the commentaries of Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī on verse 4 and verse 6 of this book. From the concepts presented in those two verses, the Prakrita Sahajas may infer that Sanatana Goswami Pad explained that seeing Bhagavan with one's eyes is superior to seeing him within the mind during meditation. That Goswami Pad has established Gopkumar's direct perception of Bhagavan with his eyes as superior to Brahma's vision of Bhagavan through meditation must be carefully considered. In this example, Goswami Pad is not referring to Gopkumar seeing Bhagavan with material eyes. Remember, Gopkumar was already in a transcendental form. Maybe he was not at the height of perfection, but how can one even go to Vaikuntha in a material body? It's impossible. Gopkumar was seeing with his divine or transcendental eyes. And that is superior to only within the mind. Only after Gopkumar was situated within the realm of Vaikuntha, the transcendental platform, is it described that he saw Bhagavan with his eyes. So the transcendental form also has transcendental eyes. In the realm of Vaikuntha, the material senses do not exist. Therefore, the Gopas and Gopis' direct proximity with Sri Bhagavan is in every respect transcendental and beyond the grasp of the material senses. This matter cannot be perceived by the senses of the Prakrita Sahajas. So one thing that we do encounter periodically is people going, well, the gopis were women. And so I understand their mood because I have a female form. And really the men will have to come to the female form to be able to understand this. Actually, that female form, according to science, if we believe in that anymore, is made of all kinds of interesting stuff. In the same way a man's body is. What's inside underneath this nice thin layer of, it's like a plastic bag, packaging. Underneath that is all organs and pus, bones, flesh, blood, stool, mucus, bile, everything else underneath that. So this material body has nothing to do really with the transcendental body. The material body is gross. And through the material body itself is not transcendental. So one cannot even attain to the state of prem through the material body. If prem comes, the material body must drop off. One cannot take that material body to Vaikuntha or anything. That includes the material subtle body made of mind, intelligence, and false ego. So we should not misconstrue the two. This one, yes, is considered perverted reflection. And these words are quite appropriate. Just think, perverted. It's not the real thing. This whole plane of existence where we are trying to be the enjoyer, the controller, the the center. This whole plane of existence is a perverted reflection. We are trying to play the role of God and be the center. And that's why we keep getting smashed again and again by the material energy, until we realize that actually I am an eternal servant. Jiver Surpahoy Krishna Nityadas, and I am not meant to be the enjoyer. Until that time, we require help. And that help comes in the form of Shri Guru Vaishnava's Shastra, the words of Krishna, and also Maya Devi, giving us good lessons here and there.
A good swift kick every now and then.
A good swift kick every now and then to remind us that this place is not for me to be the enjoyer. This body is not for me. Bhaktivedānta Thakur tells us what mood we should have with all of this. Manasa, Deho, Geho, Jo Kichumor, Arpilu Tuapade, Nanda Kishore. Mind, body, family, everything that I think is related to me, actually it doesn't belong to me. It all belongs to Krishna. So I'm offering it along with my very self, mind, body, soul, heart, everything in your lotus feet, O Nanda Kishore. So we will end here for today and continue tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I believe, we will begin at Keshi Ghat.
Ooh, this is all a surprise for me.
So if you've stayed this long, remember to be there at 5 Vrindavan time, and we will go to Keshi Ghat. Remember some of the Leela there, and then come back to Gopinath Bhavan.
I apologize to those of you who came a little bit late, meaning we started early, about 10 minutes early.
They were feeding the monkeys, and it was so exciting, we had to film it.
Yeah, but now when I close my eyes, I just see tons of monkeys.
Okay, but we will start at 5 tomorrow at
Keshi Ghat.
Keshi Ghat.
Mm.
Oh, I was thinking, yeah, Keshi Ghat is good.
Mm.
All of a sudden I was thinking Kaliya Hrad.
You mean Kaliya Hrad?
Yeah.
Sudevi means Kaliya Hrad.
Because I was thinking we go to Keshi Ghat by boat.
Oh,
On
and
the Jamuna and do.
sing some nice bhajans.
So I was thinking, this was what I was thinking, I haven't talked to Kishori about it, but I was thinking that if all the devotees want, they can write different names that they would like us to put into the Jamuna with what it will be are little cups made of leaves, a flower, and a ghee lamp, just ghee. And we put it in Jamuna and send it down as prayers, and you can put...
It will be ghee lamps.
It will be ghee lamps. And you can just you send us all the names and we can write it down on a piece of paper. And when we go out there on a boat and go near Keshi Ghat, we could add all of those. We'll know how many...
or when we're doing it, you can just be seeing that you're doing it with us and state the names.
But I thought it would be nice to do it on behalf of them, you know? And I think
it could be thousands. You're going to be busy.
Let's do this. Let's do it. There's only 19 of you here, so very few know about this secret. That won't be tomorrow, though. That might be the day after. We'll go on the boat and try to do some kirtan on Jamuna's waters and go to Keshi Ghat that way, and then put prayers in Jamuna in your names, and then come back. Tomorrow will be
Kaliya.
Kaliya.
Very powerful, very amazing place. So, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupānuga Guru Varga ki jai, Param Gurudev ki jai, Śrī Sanātana Gosvāmī ki jai, Śrī Satyavrata Muni ki jai, Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki jai. Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bol. Deviki's like, I have a large family.
Let's make a long list. You could just put Devaki Punya an entire family. We could do that. That would work. If you want to do it like that, it will work.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Prabhupada Guru Varga ki jai, Patik Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottama Sachinandana Gaura Hari ki jai, Radha Vinodi Hari Ju ki jai, Radha Ramana Ju ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gaura Premanande
Sorry.
There we go.
So thank you all very much for being with us today and giving us the opportunity to remember the beautiful teachings of our Gurudev and our Guru Varga, and also to reflect upon them. We are indebted to all of you for daily engaging us in our Guru Seva, and now you're also helping to bring us to so many beautiful holy places in Vrindavan, which is just so exciting for us, and hopefully for you also. We look forward to being with all of you tomorrow. We're starting at 5 p.m. Vrindavan time at Kaliya Hrad, which is the place where Krishna jumped off the Kadamba tree to subdue the Kaliya serpent. So we're starting from there at 5 p.m. Vrindavan time, sharp. So, Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe,
Radhe Radhe,
Radha Vino Bihari Ju
Ki Jai,
Sachinandana Gaura Hari
Ki Jai.